What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in, and welcome to another towing video. The last two tow videos I did pretty well. You guys seem to like it, so figured I'd bring you another one. This is going to be a fun journey. I know you can't see a trailer here behind the truck in the camera. However, I assure you there is a trailer behind me. Today's journey, I have a 102 by 26 all aluminum deck over. This is built by Mission, which is also Alcom, which is also Easy Hauler. It's the same brand. It's only a 10,000 pound GVW trailer, and the best part is it only weighs 2,100 pounds, so I can't even feel it behind the truck, which is sweet. So that means good fuel mileage for me. The reason why I'm filming this video, because the last two tow videos that I did, all I did was did a delivery and then I drove home empty. However, this video is cool because I'm doing a delivery. I do have a small deadhead in the morning, and then I get to, you know, bring a camper back basically. So I'm leaving the Pittsburgh area right now, driving out to Dayton, Ohio for a delivery. I'm going to sleep in my truck overnight. I already have all my stuff packed in the back of the truck. I will show you the setup once I get to the truck stop and show you how I set everything up for the night. I'm going to wake up early in the morning, drop the trailer off, deadhead out to Goshen, Indiana, which is near like Elkhart, Indiana, pick up a camper, and then I'm going to drive that camper back home to the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area. So a kind of cool trip in my book. So this is something that I have done in one day before. I can technically do in one day. It's about 13 hours of solid driving, but I have a little bit of extra time on my hands this weekend, so figured I might as well ease the pain of driving all of that in one day. And you know, I'm leaving tonight and doing the 4-hour stint out to Dayton, Ohio tonight. The awesome thing is there is a truck stop literally 2 miles from where I got to drop off this trailer. So I'm going to sleep at the truck stop tonight in the truck, wake up, get this out to him, hopefully 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. I have a 3-hour journey out to Goshen, Indiana empty. And then like I said, I'm pulling a camper all the way back tomorrow. Right now, leaving, you know, Pennsylvania, where I live in Pennsylvania, going out to Dayton, Ohio. It's a 4-hour journey, about 275 miles. I'm estimating that I should get about 18 miles per gallon with this trailer behind the truck because it is so light, there is no wind resistance. It's awesome. I should use about 15 gallons of diesel fuel. I just ran super rough numbers because diesel fuel in Pennsylvania right now is like $4.04. I just use $4 flat. $4 for 15 gallons of diesel fuel. It should cost me $60 to get to Dayton. There is no turnpike tolls. There's no tolls at all. It's a completely free road the entire way, you know, my journey there. I wake up in the morning, I drop this trailer off to this gentleman. I am making $740. So just under $3 a mile this trip, but that's okay because I have, you know, making money on my return trip, so I wasn't too upset about it. I wake up in the morning, I have a 3-hour journey up to Goshen, Indiana. Same thing, no tolls, which is nice. It's 180 miles that I'm deadheading technically, 18 miles per gallon, I'm assuming also tomorrow. I should use about 10 gallons of diesel fuel, and same thing. If I use $4 a gallon of diesel, I should spend 40 bucks in diesel fuel. So, you know, I'm $100 in so far. Once I pick the camper up in Goshen and I start my journey back to Pennsylvania, that is a 6-hour drive. The camper I'm picking up is going to be 29 foot 10 inches, so it's a 30-foot camper, and it only weighs like 6,200 pounds. Not too bad. I'm estimating on the rough side, thinking I should get about 12 miles per gallon, and you know, which means I'll, you know, use 30 gallons of diesel fuel. 30 gallons of diesel fuel at $4 per gallon. I should use about $120 of diesel fuel on the way home. However, there is turnpike tolls, a lot of them unfortunately, from Indiana back to Pennsylvania. I'm estimating I'm going to spend about $70 in turnpike tolls coming home tomorrow. But when I drop that camper off, I make a whopping $900. So $740 today, $900 tomorrow, I'm making $1,640. $220 in fuel and $70 in turnpike tolls. That should leave me profit roughly $1,350. So I'm thinking I should profit about $1,350. That of course does not cover any kind of food or anything along this journey because I do plan to eat, but you know, say I spend 50 bucks, you know, today and tomorrow, I should profit 1,300 bucks, which in my personal opinion, making 1,300 bucks profit in one day, it's pretty dang good. So either way, I'll catch up with you guys when I get up to the truck stop because yeah, right now that's all I got to say. All right, so here's part of trucking they don't tell you. Stop at a Love's or Flying J service plaza, travel plaza. I gotta go somewhere else because there is not a single, all the truck parking is behind the building and over that way. There's not a single spot, unfortunately. No spots, and everywhere else just has tow away zones and no parking and fire zones. And so I gotta go find somewhere to park for the night. All right, so I did find my home for the night, a nice Kroger parking lot. It's the closest spot that makes sense and it's private, whatever. 257 miles up here. I was wrong about the 18 mile per gallon, got around 16 and a half. The cool thing is I got 224 left on the tank and only 170 to get up to Elkhart tomorrow. And the other best part about this is the literal fact that I can't show you the GPS, otherwise I would, but I'm literally 5 minutes away from where this trailer gets dropped off. So I'm gonna brush my teeth and get ready and kind of set my stuff up. I'll show you how I sleep in this truck, being 6'7". At this point, I do wish I got a mega cab because it would make a little bit nicer sleeping area in the back, but hey, it is what it is. I'll show you what I got here in a second. It's actually kind of quiet. All right, toolbox locked up, everything straightened out in here. This is my bed, guys. Like I said, I'm not saying this is comfortable at all, but I am saying this is more comfortable than when I used to do it and just be like on half of the seat. Last trip that I did it overnight, putting the seats up, laying a little something here on the floor, it actually, I mean, it works. Like I said, I'm 6'7", so nothing's comfortable, but it lets you sleep. I'll get a good 6 or so hours. And I'm not sure exactly how legal or illegal it is to sleep in a grocery store parking lot, but I will tell you, it's a hell of a lot quieter than it was over at that truck stop. So I'm gonna go get a couple hours of shut-eye here, and we'll wake up bright and early, deliver this thing, deadhead up north, pick up a camper and go home. The cool thing is I use about literally a half a tank of diesel fuel. I have perfect amount of fuel to get where I'm going tomorrow. Just saying, it ain't too bad. Ain't too bad. You gotta have protection when you're sleeping in random parking lots.
A few moments later.
All right, well, good morning, guys. Just woke up, did what I had to do, got some coffee and whatnot. Came 5 minutes up the road, dropped off that trailer at this place, and yeah, I mean, the gentleman's employees accepted it, so they just said, looks like a trailer to me, shook my hand and walked away, right? Gave them the paperwork, all good. So just plugged in the camper place. I got 163 miles in 3 hours, 22 minutes, deadhead up north, which is fine, gives me time to wake up, and we'll go up there and get some fuel before we pick up the camper. That way we start the trip on a full tank and take her back to Pennsylvania. All right, first stop for fuel. I'm about 10 minutes away from the camper place. I got my average up to a little over 18.6. So obviously I'm not 100% guaranteeing that, but I assumed that I was going to get about 18 up. Actually, fuel just stopped. 26 gallons, 91 bucks. So that's my first expense of the entire trip, because the coffee I got this morning at the truck stop, they gave that to me for free. So that'll work. So let's go get this camper and get rolling back home. All right, a little detour in my plans here. Went to the address to pick up the camper. This was just picking up the paperwork for the camper. And so they're dispatching it, but the address I actually have to pick the camper up, which is like a 30-minute drive away. So it's like an extra 20 miles basically, it looks like, which in the grand scheme of things is not that big of a deal, but part of the process, and now I'm adding a little bit to it. So on my way to pick up the camper. All right, now this is the fun part. You pretty much just drive around until you find the camper that you're supposed to take. The one that I'm taking is called like a 25 ice, like a Salem 25 ice. Never seen one before, so I don't really know what it looks like. So, see if I can find a 25 ice. I'll go this way. These are all wildwoods. None of these say ice on them. So, this is the fun part, finding your camper. All right, so I actually just Googled it real quick. There's nothing going to say 25 ice. It's the Salem Cruise Light. Just matched up the VIN number, so this here, this is my little baby. So I'm actually gonna back up to it, get hitched up to it. I do a full over, like I go around the whole camper, make sure lug nuts are tight, stuff like that. Might put a little bit of air in the bag depending on what it looks like, and yeah, pull this sucker home. 20 minutes in. I mean, the camper pool's great. I mean, I'm just hitting I-90 the entire way through Ohio, and then you pretty much hit the Pennsylvania Turnpike, I-76. And, you know, now I gotta pay tolls going this route, but if I go home the way that I came, which is no tolls, it's like an extra hour and 40 minutes to the drive. To me, it's not worth it. I'd rather just pay the tolls and go home. Typically, anytime I pull a camper home from the Elkhart, Indiana area, I have to stop one time for fuel, and I try to plan that fuel stop like the last fuel exit on the Ohio Turnpike, because the Ohio diesel fuel is a good 50 cents cheaper than what it is in Pennsylvania. So I'll catch up with you guys there. I recheck lug nuts, stuff of that nature, and then yeah, pretty much this is my day. I'm just driving home. I got 5 hours on the clock still, and 356 miles right now. So that's that. Minus 18 bucks right here. But this is the first food / drink that I've paid for this entire trip. Not bad. That's a wrap. However, the video is not a wrap yet. I'm going to go fill up at the gas station that I actually filled up right before I left, so that way I have a complete, accurate, cost on what this entire trip cost me and what I made to share with you guys. But that's it. The load has been dropped off, and I'm gonna go fill up real quick, and I'll give you guys an update on exactly what this trip cost me and what I profited. right, guys, final numbers are in. That was not bad at all. Just $23.51. I'll round up to 25 bucks just for giggles, right? So total, go this way, total, I spent $220 total. And that is exactly what I thought I would have just in fuel total plus tolls. Oh no, actually that means I'm right on track. I literally estimated that I would spend $220 on fuel. I spent $220 on fuel and food. So my first stop was 90 bucks, second stop was 85, third stop was, you know, I'm gonna say 25. And then I have a whopping $20, I rounded up, of course, for my food and drink. So $220 is what I have in food and fuel. I don't know exactly how much I paid in tolls because, like, you know, I can't read that for like the next day or so on my Easy Pass. However, by using the toll calculator, Guru website, whatever, I should have about 70 bucks in fuel. So I was freaking spot on my estimation. So $220 in fuel and food, 70 bucks in tolls. I profited $1,350 this trip alone. So just filled up at the station I filled up at when I left, and that's when I started tracking all my numbers. A total of 811 miles is what my dash reads right now, 13 miles per gallon on the average, and my truck's been running for 15 hours and 17 minutes, so not bad. So not bad at all. So totally cool with that. I think I actually already have a trip lined up for next week, which would be awesome, out to like New York for a pretty nice tow. I might even get something back. So it's content that you guys would like to continuously see or not. So you know, I obviously don't want to bore anybody. I know these videos tend to get kind of long, but you know, this is what I do. So this is what I do on the side. This is why I don't get to put out too many actual truck modding content videos, because like this is what I do on the weekends to make extra money and stuff like that. So all that being said, I'll let you guys go. I appreciate you following along the journey. You know, subscribe if you haven't already. Greatly appreciate that. It helps the channel, obviously. Like the video, and I will see you guys next tow. Peace.